Most people think they're average, average intelligence, average income, average financial future. But here's what's scary. If you can say yes to just one of the 3 signs in this video, you're already ahead of millions of people. And if all 3 apply to you, you're probably far wealthier than you realize, or you're on a path that almost guarantees it. The shocking part? Most people who qualify don't even know they do. Let's find out where you stand. Sign number 3. You can delay gratification. Let me ask you something. Imagine I offer you 2 choices. You can have $1,000 today, or $2,000 1 year from now. What do you choose? The average person says, "Give me the money now." Because humans are wired for immediate rewards. We want the burger now, the dopamine now, the purchase now. The problem? Almost every form of wealth comes from sacrificing today for tomorrow. Every millionaire understands this. The gym is delayed gratification. Investing is delayed gratification. Learning a skill is delayed gratification. Even relationships are delayed gratification. You put in effort long before you see results. And here's the scary statistic. Most people live paycheck to paycheck, regardless of income. There are people making 6 figures who are financially stressed every month. Why? Because income doesn't create wealth. Behavior does. Someone earning $60,000 who invests consistently can end up wealthier than someone earning $250,000 who spends everything. That's why the ability to wait is one of the strongest predictors of financial success. If you've ever invested instead of spending, learned instead of scrolling, built instead of consuming, you're already operating differently than the average person. And that difference compounds. Because every year the impatient become more impatient, while the disciplined become richer. Sign number 2. People ask you for advice. This one surprises people, because it has nothing to do with money. At least not directly. Think about it. When people have a problem, who do they call? Who do they ask for recommendations? Who do they trust when making important decisions? The average person consumes information. Above average people become a source of information. Maybe your friends ask, "What should I do with my career? What laptop should I buy? What investment makes sense?" Can you take a look at this? At first it feels normal, but it's actually one of the strongest indicators of value, because money follows trust, and trust follows competence. The marketplace rewards people who reduce uncertainty. That's exactly what lawyers do, what consultants do, what coaches do, what managers do, what entrepreneurs do. People pay for confidence, not certainty, confidence. The ability to look at chaos and say, "Here's what I think we should do." In the video we analyzed earlier, one of the highest paid future skills was judgment, not intelligence, not talent, judgment. The ability to see what others don't, to spot opportunities, to avoid mistakes, to make decisions when there isn't a clear answer. And here's what's fascinating. Most people never develop judgment because they never make enough decisions. They wait for instructions. They wait for permission. They wait for certainty. Meanwhile, the people getting rich are making imperfect decisions and learning from them. If people regularly seek your opinion, you're already building one of the most valuable assets in the modern economy: trust. And trust scales into opportunities. But the number 1 sign is terrifying, because almost nobody talks about it, and yet it predicts financial success better than nearly everything else. Sign number 1. You've become hard to replace. Think about your workplace, or your business, or your industry. Now ask yourself, if you disappeared tomorrow, how difficult would it be to replace you? Be honest. Most jobs today are built around tasks, and tasks can be automated. Tasks can be outsourced. Tasks can be copied. But value? That's harder. The transcript we studied listed the skills that will dominate the next decade: negotiation, sales, relationships, trust, judgment, reputation. These are difficult to automate because they involve human complexity. Anyone can generate a report. Few people can convince a room. Anyone can create content. Few people can build trust. Anyone can gather information. Few people know what to do with it. That's where the money is moving. The highest earners aren't necessarily the smartest people. They're the people who combine skills. Someone who can analyze data, communicate clearly, negotiate effectively, build relationships, and use AI is exponentially more valuable than someone who only does one thing. This is called a skill stack, and skill stacks are replacing traditional careers. A person with 5 useful skills often outperforms someone with 1 elite skill, because the market rewards leverage, not effort. That's why some people make 10 times more than others while working similar hours. They're not selling labor, they're selling outcomes. And outcomes are much harder to replace. If you've spent the last few years building skills instead of chasing shortcuts, you're probably much further ahead than you think. The scary truth about average. Here's what nobody tells you. Average isn't normal anymore. Average is struggling. Average is drowning in debt. Average is living paycheck to paycheck. Average is consuming more than creating. Average is waiting for someone else to solve the problem. Scary part? Most people assume they'll somehow end up above average without doing anything different. But the numbers don't work that way. The future belongs to people who develop rare skills, who build trust, who make good decisions, who learn faster than the world changes, and who become difficult to replace. So here's the question. Which sign described you? The ability to delay gratification, the ability to earn trust and give advice, or the ability to become hard to replace? Because if you have even one of them, you're already ahead of the crowd. If you have all three, the next decade could look very different from the last, and the people around you may not realize how far ahead you already are, until it's too late. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.